Can we do something real quick? Can we do a fit check?
Mhm.
Just what do you have on? Just
Or
for
I
those that are
have
watching.
on, yeah. So I have on, shout out John Woo. If race is a part of our eternal destiny, I can't wait to be black forever. So
That's a good
it's
one.
Black History Month.
That's
A
a lot of
black
work.
man, an authentic black man won the Super Bowl. So
Mhm.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I have on my Canadian tuxedo, or
Mhm.
denim on denim, and my LA hat. Chris, what do you have on, Christopher?
Look, I have on the Kansas City shirt.
I have on a Kansas City Pat Mahomes shirt.
Interesting.
Well,
Oh,
we make our choices.
we
do.
do. Black
We
History
make our
Month.
choices. Black History Month.
77 million people, other people did too.
They did.
Yeah.
And they did not come out on top. So, Brian, we're going to hit us with since it's a special edition, we're going to be a little bit all over the place,
Yeah.
but we're going to give you the most. So, as Black History Month would have, we're a little busy this week. So, we decided to do a recap episode, but we're going to give you some of the elements of the jigsaw while we're collaborating with our brother Chris and more insight. But, Brian, let's hop into the Blessed Report real quick. It's going to be a special edition.
Yes. It's a victory drink.
What kind of party is this?
So, let's hop into the Blessed Report and
All
let's
right.
get it. Let's get into it.
We're the Blessed Report. We shout out black folks doing great black things. As always, we do believe in celebrating and supporting black businesses, but also black
Yes.
people, not only during Black History Month, but also not just during I've been drinking. Not just during Black History Month, not just during Juneteenth, but 365, 24/7.
That's
Again,
right.
this is an abbreviated episode. This is
Yeah.
fresh off the heels of an amazing Super Bowl evening. So we're going to bless up a few people, a couple of New Orleans natives, Lettucey.
I love that.
Lettucey. She is amazing. She is a singer of all singers. She sang down. What song did she sing? Was America the Beautiful?
No, she sang the Black National.
The Black Man.
She sang James Weldon Johnson's song.
Okay, I came to the church late. I
Lift
can't. I missed,
every voice. She did that one.
okay, so she sang our anthem.
Yeah, she did great. She did great.
And did she do as good as you did last week, Josh?
Better.
Okay.
Better than. Much better than.
So she is a New Orleans native. She is an amazing singer, a songwriter extraordinaire. John Baptiste, a multi-Grammy award-winning singer-songwriter, another New Orleans native.
Mm-hmm.
And then also 125 youth singing chorale choir that was singing
Youth
to
choir.
Youth choir. They didn't sing no Hezekiah
We
Walker.
made it. That's what Jalen should have sang. Tell Bin Laden we made it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Patrick Mahomes
We made it.
we made it.
They tried to kill us.
They tried to get rid of us.
They tried to get rid of us, but we
But
didn't have
we
to.
made
But
it.
we made it. But yeah, the 125 voice youth choir, they sang to give honor and reverence to our national anthem.
Yeah.
So 125 year anniversary of Charles. What is it?
James Weldon Johnson.
James Weldon Johnson. Thank you.
125 anniversary of the Black National Anthem. There it is.
Thank
There it
you.
is.
Thank you.
Because my God,
My God, today I'm excited. I'm
I
celebrating.
see.
So that's an abbreviated. So we got Lettucey, we got John Baptiste, the 125 youth choir, who didn't sing Hezekiah Walker song, but they sang good stuff.
Mhm,
And then real quick, rest up report. Irv Gotti went on somewhere, and he
Shouts out to Murder Inc.
shouts out to Murder Inc. And shout out to 50 Cent, who just went on and trolled
Wow.
immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. But we can't deny the run that Murder Inc. had on and Irv Gotti's influence on the culture. Not a Shanti song, though.
I mean, that's where most of his hits came from. Is the Shanti and Ja Rule.
He loves the
That is
Shanti.
proof you gotta mind your business.
Listen,
He can't.
Rest of Irv Gotti.
Rest of
and
Irv
Murder
Gotti.
Inc. Yeah.
all right, so we blessing up Lettucey, John Baptiste, 125 Youth Choir.
Yeah.
We're resting up Irv Gotti.
Yeah.
Anything y'all want to add to this stuff?
Nothing.
Nothing. All
That
right.
speaks for itself.
It does.
On a serious note, RIP to the flight attendant that was on the American Airlines.
We didn't rest them up.
We didn't rest them up, but we
Yeah.
got to pray for them too. Y'all be careful. Y'all
Yes.
pray before these flights.
Yeah, and we be flying. So
I got to take a flight tomorrow.
Jesus.
To that same
So-
place
Ooh, Chocolate
So-
City.
I
1
got- I'll be
minute
all right.
from landing.
Mm.
Did y'all see the guy that was talking about? My wife was texting me like 20 minutes ago saying she's
Mhm.
on the way. Man, listen, come on, y'all had that.
Get up, shot up a hole.
Put it in my backpack.
Cover, heal, deliver,
I'm
and set
going
free.
to touch that door as I'm going there.
Get up, Shama.
Yeah.
Now, don't be like them other folks that be taking pictures of you putting your hand on the
I
airplane.
ain't got to do all that. My Holy Ghost work.
Yeah,
I ain't got to broadcast it like that.
You got the real thing. You say you got the real Holy Ghost.
Like Acts 2 and 4. Ain't that what the
It's
ain't that what the affirmation of faith say?
You got to ask.
If you want to
And
live
I
a holy and a separated life, what you need?
In this present world.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
I used to know the statement of faith.
The affirmation of faith, Jesus, I think.
My
go back
God.
go back to a church, Chris. Go lock back in.
Because
Back in.
you said culture, well, you got to start with the basics. Go back to a church. You got to get
A
to
church.
in the church.
Your streaming count.
Anybody
What-
church.
what-
When the last time you streamed, Chris?
That's
Don't do
not-
that. See, because you tried to get the caveat.
I tuned in like last week.
What's the church that you?
Oh.
What's the church you have to get in school? What is it? What church is that? Is he still pastoring? He's still alive? You want to do right in school? Get away from the.
Man, Reverend Salts have been dead a while. Dead a while. You leave that man out of this. He ain't got nothing to do with this.
I'm thinking Chris could have went to that church. Any church.
Prayer House Deliverance. No, we're gonna go around down there. Anyway, this special episode of Jigsaw Podcast is about the Super Bowl. Me and Brian made our predictions that the Eagles would win, and guess what God did? Was it 40-20, 40-21, something like that?
22, but it,
Yeah,
it,
22.
it was not that close. It
No,
was
not
not
at
close.
all. Patrick
Mhm.
Mahomes tried to do a last few minutes super tricks at the end, and
Yeah.
wasn't gonna happen.
At that point, it was kind of like the Eagles knew they already won. It was
They weren't playing they hard. They weren't defending like that no more. It was a wrap. Overall thoughts of the game before I give my professional sports opinion.
We didn't do the song of the week yet, though.
Okay, go ahead. Well, I'm ready for that too.
I got it. I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you
Go
play it
ahead.
or are you going to get sued?
I don't know. See.
Ooh.
Fine, I'm gonna get it on the floor. 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
I had the Bible of God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Show the fat lobo boy. I'm the one on the floor with him. My God.
Jesus Christ. And here's the thing, Chris. You said it. I went back recently and listened to the actual lyrics. Jesus Christ. Because I'm so busy dancing to the song and throwing them gang signs. Like, I just forget that it was every line, every bar was like
I think my favorite line is
massacre.
beat your behind. In
I
case
had the
y'all like-
Bible of God watching.
Yeah.
And then he goes straight into sometimes you gotta pop out and show
Show
niggas. So the fat lobo boy, I'm the one that wants to flow with him. Jesus.
Oh,
Certified
bully.
Boogie Man, I'm the one to up the scope.
All right, so that was the song of the week.
Not like
Not like
us.
a Super Bowl edition. Josh, were you about to get into something?
I was just about to say, I was about to ask y'all overall thoughts of the game. Because what really happened was there was a game centered around a concert.
yes.
So before we get to the main event, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game. Overall thoughts.
You want to go first, Chris?
It was a shock.
Give us some
I didn't
more
expect
insight on the game.
I didn't expect for this to be a blowout.
No.
I didn't
definitely
expect.
didn't expect that.
I didn't expect for Jalen Hurts to be balling out like he did. But kudos to him. Like, I'm not mad that the Eagles won.
Don't lie. You know it.
I'm not mad that the Eagles won.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they won. I did want to see a three-peat, but like I said, I'm not mad that the Eagles won.
Yeah, I didn't expect a blowout either. I think I said on my podcast, I was rooting for the Eagles. I wanted the Eagles to win, but I was like, I don't see the Eagles winning because it's like, I say I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes.
I got tired of doing it.
And I couldn't do it. And then what ended up happening was, I didn't think it was gonna be a blowout. I thought it'd be close, but then I didn't realize also too like that the Eagles were at the best defense in the league. And usually in the Super Bowl, the best defense wins, but it's still Patrick Mahomes. So when it was like halftime and it was 24-0, I was like, oh. But even still, I was kind of like, well, Atlanta was up 28-3 in like the fourth quarter, and we saw what happened there. So I was like, so even third quarter, fourth quarter, I was like, they need to keep scoring points. But then we got to like 40-6, I was like, oh, okay, we're good there. So that was my thought process there.
And the expertise.
Well, I would agree. Balls were thrown, balls were ran, points were scored. Right. But no, seriously, I told y'all before that balls are thrown, balls were ran, points were scored. Now, the kicker.
He did a good job.
Listen, I told Jaden, I said you should have took soccer more seriously because this man is real MVP tonight. Got like 12 points. He got like 12 points worth of kicks. But no, seriously, to Chris's point, I was a little conflicted. I know we give Patrick Mahomes a hard time, but from a cultural standpoint, a little conflicted. It would have been dope to see this black man get this three-peat. Yeah. But then also, it would have been dope to see Jalen Hurts win his first Super Bowl. Underdog, come out and do the thing. He got the black wife, black agent, all the black things. He's mad black in his cultural representation. Philly is a black city. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all of that
so
too.
black. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
He wears Jordans every game.
Exactly.
Like,
And then he wore the band breads tonight, all the things. Because, you know,
Yeah.
Jordan was doing the whole campaign recently. So it was dope to see Jalen get it. But I feel like Patrick got one more in him before he retired, 1 or 2 more in him.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, he can. It ain't over. It won't be the 3-peat, but he got one more in him. He could. So it ain't over. And then the man got 4 rings. He got 4 rings.
He's
like
fine.
he's fine. He's
Yeah,
fine.
to me, it was just it was the dismantling of it all. Like,
Yeah, I didn't
I was
expect
like-
it to be like that.
it was bad. It was like really like the 1 pick six, 2 interceptions total, like 8 sacks, something crazy like that.
Yeah,
It was just,
it was wild. It was
and
just
then
like,
they didn't have a first. They didn't get a first down until like the second quarter or something like that. It was really just
yeah.
Even in a pass happy league, it still goes to show that defense wins championships.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes really didn't have time to throw the ball. He was scrambling out the pocket a lot. It looked like a Colorado Buff game. It looked like I was watching Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, as far as defense, like Saquon Barkley kind of got held up, so it wasn't like as if like so it wasn't as if even like Philly had like this amazing offensive game.
Of course,
Like,
Jalen
they-
Hurts beat them.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, like shout out to him, like he won the game. If we
Shout out to black quarterbacks.
yeah,
Shout out to the racists who said we weren't smart enough, tactical enough, strategic
Right.
enough to be quarterbacks.
Man, listen.
And here it is, 2 black quarterbacks going head to head, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, at the top of their game.
yeah,
Lamar Jackson.
yeah. He should have been in the Super Bowl. That would have
Lamar
been the one.
Jackson.
That would have been the one.
Now, that would have been black on black.
Black on
That
black on
would've
black
been-
on black on black on black.
That
He
would
would've been out-
too
He would have been
conflicting.
he would have been out there watching the halftime show.
Lamar Jackson
in the
right there.
Super
Trip
Bowl,
Walker.
I think in the Super Bowl, you need a villain though. Like Lamar ain't the villain.
He's not a villain. If it
I
had
would
been,
want
if
to
it-
see
you're right.
Lamar against Jalen Hurts. I
Yeah,
would
you-
want to.
You're right in terms of like box office. Box
Mhm.
office, yeah. That's, to your point, yes. Box office because the Chiefs are now the new villain of the NFL. Like
yeah.
they're the new Patriots. They're the new dynasty. They're the new all this stuff. No one really wants. Like you want to see the 3 because it's a black person who's never been done before, but also
Yeah.
but no one really likes a winner. Like you want to see the underdog do it, and what underdog is better than the Eagles, who aren't really that like too much of underdogs. They're not like a bad team. You know what I mean? Like they belong there.
Sure.
They're a solid team. They were in the Super Bowl not too long ago. Have a proven quarterback. Have a best running back in the league. Have two solid wide receivers. Defense is the number 1 defense in the league. So they, on paper, technically, they were the better team. But you can never, vote against or bet against, the 2-time defending champions.
Yeah.
Come here, Kendrick Lamar. I feel like this was poetic justice because 2 years ago, this is the same team that the Eagles lost against. To come back 2 years later and beat them, and not just beat them, beat the dog stuffing out of them.
Right.
Mhm.
And it's tough because Philly lost by 3 points the last time.
Yeah.
So it
was
wasn't
close.
like, so I can imagine them being like, man, we lost that game. You know what I'm saying? And they come back to this one saying, oh, we could have won that one, but now we're a better team this year. Forget about it.
You know what we call that? A full circle. We call those full circle. Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Because Taylor Swift because listen, here's the dissonance. There were TikToks going around before she started dating Travis and her Phillies name because she grew up in Philadelphia. Her dad is a big Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Yeah.
So like she's only really on this Kansas City side because of who she's dating. So I wonder, even though I'm not a huge Swift, I'm nowhere near a Swiftie, but I wonder what that internal conflict is tonight. To low
Yeah.
key be happy
Yeah.
that her home team won, but
Like,
then got
oh,
to comfort her
darn.
boyfriend. Because I'm sure her dad and mama and them is somewhere in their white suburb celebrating.
All right.
Oh, for
And
sure.
she got to hug this big white man who don't wash his feet and legs, by the way.
Listen, but it's funny because she's wearing all black, so it's kind of like you could have, she could have put on a Phillies, sweater or something like that on.
Nah, you know what? She got to go. Because she might marry that man, so she got to go home. I mean, that's enough about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Now,
I ain't got nothing for you.
to the main event.
The main event, literally the main event.
The main event. Overall thoughts before we begin to dissect all of the things.
Okay, so as the resident Kendrick Lamar stan,
Because you
Kendrick
are
Lamar
the
fan,
stand.
I am. Not
me,
even.
me and Chris listen to whatever comes on the radio and GNX.
So at first I was kind of like, ooh, it started out kind of slow, like visually stunning. It started out kind of slow, and in my mind I was thinking not as the Kendrick Lamar stan, I was thinking as the person who just is at home, like not unbiased. And I was like, "Ooh, this is kind of slow." I can see how people be like, "Oh, this is kind of mid. This is kind of boring." At first, I was thinking that. Then I was like, "You know what? Let me tap into my artistic Kendrick Lamar brain." Then I was like, "Oh, he's doing all kind of great things with this." So I don't want to break down anything specifically, but overall, solid performance.
Yeah, I agree.
Overall, solid performance. I don't want to break down anything yet, but it's overall solid performance. Yeah,
I would agree. So I would say I saw a few. I got a few texts. I seen a couple of social media clips or perspectives that said it was mid. I could see how people, because it was not the most entertaining Super Bowl performance I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Right? Usher was, of course, nostalgia.
Sure.
Right? We seen the Beyonce Bruno takeover doing Coldplay. We saw Beyonce. We've seen, you know what I'm saying? We've seen very entertaining, even the Dr. Dre joint, very entertaining Super Bowl halftime shows, in addition to really great music and stuff like that. I think I would describe Kendrick's performance, before we go into anything specific, as like a brand new sitcom. It's like the first 2 minutes was like a pilot.
Yeah.
And it finally got good. It was like, okay, now I'm gonna watch it, right?
Yeah. It started out real slow.
But from an artistic standpoint, top to bottom was chef's kiss.
Yeah.
But overall entertainment value, it warmed up. It had to warm up. But yeah, that'll be my overall thoughts. Chris?
I think everybody wanted Not Like Us to just play back to back. They want an Amazon concert.
And they wanted Not Like Us for 15 minutes.
I love the tease, though. I love the tease.
Oh, yes. Foreplay.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. It does speak to him being a showman. I think the people wanted, of course, you already got the people who are hurt about Wayne not doing it. So they still holding on to that.
Jesus Christ.
You still got the Drake stands. Ultimately, even though, like Josh has already said, we're radio hits, I enjoyed the performance. I will be honest and say it's probably not a performance I will go back and watch over and over again like I watch others. I'll probably watch the 2-minute version he did with Dr. Dre more than I did this one. But I will still go back and watch this one here and there.
I'm going to go ahead, Brian.
No, I was about to say the thing that I was talking about the 2-minute performance is that was one of his biggest songs. Like
he did all his big hits. Yeah,
he did like, and that's what I think was kind of, I don't want to say hurt him, but like Pyrus or Crips, that's a big song for him. Like, on that first album, and then All Right is another big song for him. So he essentially did some of his biggest songs during that 2 minutes, which would have probably been a better opportunity for him to do it on his main joint. So it kind of handicapped him, but it's near the end of there. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna go back to Chris saying I probably won't rewatch it a million times. I haven't obviously got to rewatch any Super Bowl performance over and over and over again. But I'm going to rewatch it maybe 1 or 2 more times just to dissect it even more. Because I feel like Kendrick is one of those artists who really, we know Kendrick was the artist that make you think, that make you pull into your history, your culture. And because my kid Jaden, like we had a few people over, and Jadarian and all his kids, it's 4 of them, was over here, and Brian called me, right after, and I was like, they were in this joint singing Not Like Us, like crazy, right? I mean, so they were loud. Jaden was singing. I mean, when Mustard came, whole house, just kids yelling Mustard and stuff like that. So it was some moments that I know that I missed with all the clamor. Poppy was going crazy, a lot of people in the house. So I need to go back and watch it just to catch all the nuances. And I think the more I appreciate the nuances, the more I'll appreciate it even more. Like, I appreciate it now, but I feel like when I sit with it again, with my real critical eye and cultural eye, I'll appreciate it more. I'm going to ask you two, what did you like outside of Not Like Us and the teasing of it and finally getting to it? What did you like the most about this performance?
I thought it was just visually stunning. Like, it was just the camera shots, the camera angles, when he was in the little X, and it was going from and like how they did it. It was just, you could tell, and there's intentionality in it, and it was well thought out. It was and this is a real time camera work, camera angles, all that kind of stuff. And again, he's the Beyonce of hip hop. Like, he's the Beyonce of hip hop. Like, what can you? Did you say Chris or did you say Brian? Did I jump in? I don't remember.
I said y'all.
Okay, cool. I'm a little. But yeah. So yeah, I think it was that. Yeah, the camera work was great, in my opinion. And I feel like the climaxed. It went like it got better as the performance went higher. Like, as far as each song got better and better and better and better and better. It ended with what we all really, really wanted. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I want to say my favorite part was Samuel Jackson, and then just the theme of Great American Games.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam playing Uncle Sam, just the irony of a black man playing Sam, and I believe like Josh said in our text threads or in our group chat, I should say, it played into the Django character, and that's just Kendrick thinking on a whole nother level, man, and I appreciate that. We talk, like Brian said, Kendrick is the Beyonce of rap, and the one thing we always say about Beyonce is her mind. I venture to say the same thing about Kendrick. His mind is like ridiculous. So I can't wait to see all the TikToks about this performance. Hopefully that doesn't get shadow banned. Shouts out to Hillman Talk.
Right.
Ooh, Hillman Talk getting shadow banned.
Crazy.
I would agree. My favorite part is, ironically, Serena.
Crip Walker.
I was going to say that, but you said outside of Not Like Us.
Yeah, and because I'm talking about Not Like Us, the song, but I'm isolating her because I saw somebody tweet. I won't take the credit for this, but I saw somebody tweet it like, "How cooked do you have to be to have your ex-girlfriend crip walking at your funeral?"
It's like, and they also said, "This ain't Serena Williams. This your ex-girlfriend."
Like,
She
this
didn't
is
come
your
here as Serena.
ex-girlfriend. Like, and the fact that you talked about her in the song, and then then Kendrick said, "We're not going to talk about Serena" in one of his disses to him. Then brings her out and she's crip walking on the song that disses you on the global stage,
Right.
Because of football, American football is American, but the world is watching.
Yeah.
Right. So on a global stage, so it's like, this was like, Not Like Us is never going to die. It's a cultural classic. It's one of the cultural cookout songs at this point.
Yeah.
But like,
It's a cookout song
but
for
this
Frank
was
Around.
the official, I feel like, funeral. I feel like we've been living this 1 year repass almost, and like this is the culmination, because there's nothing else Kendrick is going to do. I mean,
Right.
we
He
don't
still
know
got to
what
go on
Kendrick's gonna do.
tour.
Well, going on tour is one
That's
thing, but I
crazy.
feel like
But
just like
his-
a national stage,
His
this
national
is-
run is over.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
this is the chef's kiss, and then even the build up to it in the performance, like, y'all want me to do it, and then he finally gives it to us. Yeah, Drake is
Can we talk about where Drake is now? This dude is in Australia.
Singing in bars.
Like, where do you,
doing mad, tweeting,
Like,
doing crazy stuff.
I don't come back. Like the dismantling of Drake is the same as the dismantling of the Chiefs tonight. Like, it's the same level of
And then nobody, and it's the other thing too, nobody expected it not to be this bad.
yeah, not to be this bad. Like, no, like you didn't expect, because you have this again. The Chiefs have been on a run, dynasty. Drake, run, dynasty.
Yep.
Then but then you have like the Chiefs who are this, not they have the black quarterback, but that's not super like pro-black. You know what I'm saying? Trying to say all the right things, do all the right things. Then on the other hand, you have like Jalen, who's like black man, who's black on black on black on black on black on black. And then you know what I'm saying? Then you have, it's like literally you have the same parallels and literally just dismantled one and the other same way on the national stage. No one expected it. Like, I would never expect Drake to lose. I never would have expected the Chiefs to lose in this way. And that's where we have this man in Australia.
this could have ended so much better. You didn't have to sue. You didn't have to like.
That made it worse.
And the fact that Kendrick referenced that.
Yeah.
But okay, here goes. So
That's the thing. Real quick, Brian. Everything Drake does, he has to know that Kendrick will use it.
yeah,
Like the lawsuits are relatively, this is post beef. He was like, I'm gonna do it, but they try to sue. Like, everything is Chris always says everything is content. In this case, everything is material. And as long as this song is alive, Kendrick's gonna be like, I'm going to everything you do, I am going to take it and annihilate. Because to Chris's point, now that I'm thinking, on tour, if Drake does something else, there's going to be some viral clip of Kendrick doing something on this tour. Because wait until that man goes to Canada. Because he
that's
got
the
a few
other thing.
Canadian stops on that tour, right?
yeah, he's in Toronto, bro.
Brian, you was gonna say something.
Yeah, I think what was I gonna say? I was gonna say,
Let me offer this, because like we're talking about the tour is going to happen. Of course, there's going to be clips that go viral because of whatever Kendrick is going to do at these concerts, just because things are going to keep happening, like Josh said. But it feels like Kendrick is legit having Drake in handcuffs. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
yeah.
That's where we are in this beef right now.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say this kind of the lawsuit reminds me of when NWA got the letter from the FBI.
Yeah.
Right. It's it just made the situation worse. It's like,
Yeah.
like the FBI's after us. Then it's like, oh, Drake's gonna sue me. He's suing UMG or he's suing all these people. So now it's like, okay, I don't want to do this because I was gonna sue. I think we said in the group chat, like, he may not do it because he's gonna sue. Or I was telling Lauren, I was like, he gonna talk about the lawsuit at some point during the performance. He gonna say, I want to do it, but he might sue me. And then he gonna do it. But then when he did it, it was crazy because he was like, y'all want to sing me a song, but he might sue. And then it went bum, 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 and the crowd just goes crazy. And then he cuts it. And I was like, oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Another hidden part that I love that was very subtle. Y'all always talk about black people are not a monolith, but the group of black men with the grill that was singing harmoniously, that was dope.
Yeah. That was another part I thought was great. It was all American, but it was all black. It was red, white, and blue.
Dissonance.
It was all American, but it was all black. Like not a white face was in that performance.
I think again, Brian Cartmurray after the performance, it reminds me, and again, the Beyonce of hip hop, of Cowboy Carter.
Yeah,
it's the reclamation. Like our country, like gives us the woes and the blues, but this is our country. Like we built this. Like and I'm not even to get into the argument with black British folk, but this is like black American is a thing.
Yeah.
So we can be just as much as like take ownership of this space and still be highly critical of this space because they're not treating us right. So, and I think the juxtaposition of all the things from the everybody in red, white, and blue to, I'm sure there were quite a few gang members on that floor.
I'm sure.
Tonight, to Samuel Jackson being Uncle Sam, to the Crip Walking, to all of the things, the representation, the diversity of black people. And like you said, not a white face anywhere because we don't need white faces to be excellent. We don't need white validation to be excellent.
No.
Yeah, even American the Beautiful, like, I think that was the only white people who performed tonight. But like
they gave a bounce version of that.
Yeah, Ledisi and John Baptiste and Kendrick and the two black quarterbacks. It was just black.
Yeah.
Even from the logo being designed by a black woman this year.
Yeah. It's in a black ass
I'm
city.
about to say it's super black New Orleans, right? Like it was just black.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just, I loved everything about tonight was black. It was Black History Month personified.
Yeah. It was
and
great.
the funny
And
thing
they only showed Donald Trump once, which was one too many times, but
yeah.
and
I
he
only
was
saw him.
He probably got him left after
I would say this for the semi-greater conversation. It cost American people $5 million for him to be there because of the security and everything that took for him to be there as a president.
Yeah, he could have stayed out.
Wasteful.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad that Kendrick didn't do
I'm sounding glad he didn't do America's Has a Problem. I'm still scared. I really wish that made the set list, but I'm okay.
Yeah. That'd have been great.
Because it was the moment, like America literally has a problem right now.
Without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And then they could put him on camera, and then he could have been, doing the little.
Yeah, and even though Beyonce did come out, show Blue Ivy jigging to the side on the sidelines or something like
something.
Give us something.
Hello. They probably didn't clear with Blue Ivy. That's probably why.
Because she is the Carter household manager.
Go up there, girl. Like, stand up. What are you doing?
In that movie, she told you can't take Diva out the set list.
And then Beyonce was like, "Girl,
don't cut nobody out." And then it goes straight to her performing Diva.
I mean, because points were made. You can't cut out
You can't take Diva out. Dr. Carrie Hilson this.
Diva's
You
a song.
ain't no diva.
You ain't no diva.
was
Right,
turned
you ain't
into
no-
a whole meme.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I love like the red, white, and blue because of course it's also like Bloods and Crips. Like it's like it's just
I did peep that.
you know what I'm saying. It's like
yeah.
it's American culture, but black culture is American culture.
Yeah.
However you want to slice it, black culture is American culture. Like they say, like racism is just as American as apple pie. Like it's all things. You know what I'm saying? It's all intertwined. It's all that. And for us to be on the biggest stage, the best stage, and like having the black quarterback win, having one of the blackest artists. What did he say? He said that let me pull up the quote that he said he first started the show. It was a great quote. He said he said the revolution will be televised.
He did say that.
And it's the right
He said
time.
you picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
Yeah, like y'all thought it was gonna be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like, and I love those moments because again, like Beyonce, it's like subtle. Like, okay, no, white people do dog whistles, like dog whistle attacks. Like Kendrick's and Beyonce's, they do dog whistles to where like they can't hear it, but we're all like,
Loud and clear.
And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And we can hear it, but they
Loud to the blacks.
over their head.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the
It's
funny
like,
thing. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people are Drake fans, and a lot of people just don't like Kendrick like that. So a lot of that stuff just went over their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Even the black folks.
yeah. And I think that the people that didn't like it was church folks, Wayne lovers, Drake lovers, and some of the whites that just loaded this rap hip hop stuff.
Can we also pause like for the Squid Games references too? Like,
Yeah.
like,
Squid Game
and knowing what Squid Games represents, and then the controls, like the X and the
Yeah.
O's and all the things. It's
the
like
game, like
you playing. It's a game,
like
and if you don't,
PlayStation, right?
and if you don't play the game right, you end up being killed out here. Because that's what Squid Games is about. If you don't play the game right, you will die. Right. So all these different
It's
messages
an American game. Like,
are here. And I actually saw somebody put on their Instagram story, and this, I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of this. It was like, I can't wait to see all the think pieces. They quoted that. And it was like, I got all the references. The performance was still mid though. It was like, if you got all the references, in my opinion, there's no way you can think the performance was mid.
no.
Like, I will admit to you, it was from top to bottom, it was not the most entertaining performance of all.
yeah.
But if you can open your mouth and say, I got every reference, and still say it was mid, I challenge you that you didn't get all the references.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And you're not as intelligent or intellectual as you think you are. You're like, people are about to be loud, and they think because they're loud they're right.
Yeah.
Volume does not equal accuracy.
Yeah.
Like,
And I want I'm so glad that we have a podcast, but we're not traditional podcast bros, because a lot of those guys are about to be very loud. Hello, DJ Academics, very
Yeah.
loud
Mhm.
and very wrong.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not like, you don't have to like just let it be what it, like, two things can be true. It wasn't the most entertaining in the world,
Yeah.
but it wasn't mid. Like, it wasn't.
That can be true. Yep.
Yeah.
but let's be honest. Is Kendrick the most entertaining person in the world? He's an entertainer.
Yeah. And that's what I'm
But
saying.
he's
Like,
the
you-
most entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference.
I understand. Yeah. I know. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
But like, I think people took, like you said, the slow start of it, and then it was like, oh, this was mid. And it was like, nah, bro, you gotta see. Like, I get like, and I'll be the first to admit, I am not a Kendrick stan.
Yeah.
I don't go up for Kendrick like that. Like, GNX is dope, but I mean, most of his stuff is dope body to work overall. But GNX probably get good. GNX and Good Kid, Mad City, as I told y'all last week, probably gets the most spins of me ever. Right. And then outside of those, it's just straight up singles. So I ain't gonna hold you. This ain't me riding no bandwagon. But I enjoyed it from maybe it's 35-year-old Josh, but from a critically acclaimed, culturally relevant standpoint, it was Chef's Kiss.
Yeah. I was laughing most of the time.
It was Chef's Kiss. And if
I
we're
was
gonna be
like
honest,
Crazy
like,
thing.
Rihanna was low key boring. She
Oh,
just
yeah.
had hits, and she was boring because she was pregnant, because
Yeah.
she couldn't do a lot. But
She
it
was
was
just walking-
it was
she
the
was just
most
walking on-
entertainment. But it was the nostalgia of her songs that made that one go. 'Cause,
The
you know,
the weekend was born.
Yeah,
The
not the-
weekend was born.
I don't weekend. Give me the weekday any day.
Oh, yeah, like the weekend was born. Like,
Give
like,
me Monday through Thursday.
but
I
then
ain't
we-
never
but then
hated
it-
a weekend in my life, but I can't stand the weekend.
But
Jesus
we 100% keep it a buck. Before, like, we had the Black Wave, it was like Shakira and J Lo. Then before that, it was like Maroon 5 and all these like other like boring
Bruce
artists.
Springsteen.
Yeah, it was that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you put in, like, give me the think piece performance. Like,
Yeah,
I done
I'm fine
sat
with
through a
that.
Lady Gaga performance.
bro.
I done sat through.
Bro, I was fixing another plate of Rotel when Lady
And
Gaga
look,
was performing.
Ozzy
Right.
Osbourne. I done seen some terrible halftime.
Yeah,
shows.
we've seen some terrible halftime performances. So like at
And
this
this
point,
wasn't even terrible. That's the gag.
it wasn't. It was visually stunning. That he gave us the songs that the people wanted to hear at the end. Like, if anything, he gave you the songs that you wanted to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And
You know
then
what
I
I'm saying?
love how he closed it out. He played Not Like Us, but then it went into TV off,
TV
and
and-
then
and-
it's a game over.
Just turn your TV off.
Yeah,
It's over.
game over.
It's over.
Yeah, and
It's
the funny
over.
thing, because which is interesting on G and X, a lot of people love TV off. Like, that's like I feel like
Yeah,
that's
the song.
the radio song. Like, everybody loves
Mhm.
that. The mustard, like, you can't get better than that.
Mm-hmm.
So and then, Squabble Up was good. He did Squabble Up too. It was G and X heavy. It was definitely a G and X heavy
we
performance.
said that in the group chat because, to your point, Brian, you made a really great point. He performed most of his like legendary hits a couple of years ago,
Mhm.
so it really wasn't nothing left but G and X and maybe
Yeah.
a couple of others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're not going back to Good Kid, Mad City at this point. You're not going back to Poetic
No.
Justice or something like that. Like, it's you really at this point you can't really do Pimp a Butterfly like that heavy anyway. So it's really gonna be G and X.
That man did good. These
And-
folks just hating.
He
Yeah.
did good. Let's talk
Yeah.
about SZA for half a second. SZA mic was
Yes.
on. She was in great voice. She did well. I'm so glad. Luther is one of my top favorite songs from Kendrick altogether. He did that sample, and I'm so glad they did. It was good. It was good live. For those who are going to the concert, it should have been an amazing preview of what you about to get from them two.
Yeah.
It was good.
I like the heart part 6. I wish
Heart
they would have
Part
did that
6.
one. Hey, I like that one. I wish they would have did that one.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm
when
glad
they
he went pop though. Get that was it was good.
Yeah, that's
That
a
was
good
Shouts
one.
out to SZA, man. She's in her winning season right now.
Bruh, she's
Running Days.
winning.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Major album.
The great thing is like they talked about it on the album, like that come up, that TDE come up. Like they both had like a crazy come up. Her first album was a smash though. Like there was a
What's
Control
her first
Alt
album,
Delete.
SOS or Control?
Control.
Okay.
Control was the first one with The Weeknd. Like he's my man in The Weeknd.
The only thing
Killed
about
that.
the come up, they love to see you fall down.
Yeah, but
And that's that.
But the crazy thing, I'm sorry, the crazy thing at this point is like he can disappear for like some years.
Oh, he's gone after this
After
tour.
he go on tour, I think he's gone.
So there's
Kendrick is gonna go away.
So there's really no like people going. This is what people gonna say. They're gonna say he gonna go on tour. He gonna disappear. They be,
He'll be
see
Andre
this nigga-
3000.
Yeah, they gonna be like, oh, see this nigga. He had that one hit and it was it. And but then but Drake had like all these year run. But it's like I don't think you understand the type of artist. It's apples to oranges. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't
and it's
compare these two
impact,
artists.
it's cultural impact. It's paradigm shifting almost. And I've said it before. Drake has the numbers. He's commercially successful, but not
Yeah.
critically acclaimed. You can have all the numbers, the Spotify, the Billboard, but name me a time when Drake has shifted actually culture, like shifted culture, not gave us a nice bop for the summer, but literally changed the way. Like Beyonce and The Drop changed music from coming out on Tuesdays to Fridays.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Beyonce bending genres. That's like Kendrick winning 5 Grammys on the diss track. You know, having white kids singing A minor at Bar Mitzvahs, like this is culture defining.
Yeah.
And I
It's
love Drake.
transcendent.
I love Drake. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Drake hater at all. But Drake has never given us anything if anything, Drake follows trends. He doesn't set them.
Yeah, he doesn't create culture.
You know what I'm
So you
saying?
had the whole verse dedicated to that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but like it's not who he is, and it's okay. So like the arguments about like, oh, he's like, and I think people who say Not Like Us is like this one hit, forget about Poetic Justice, forget about We Gonna Be All Right, forget about
Exactly.
Freedom, forget about all these other things. Like Good Kid, Mad City was the body of work it was before any of this ever happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's considered most people like the top 10.
Yeah, and then I
Hip-hop
keep
albums
going
of all
back
time.
to it. This man is a Pulitzer Prize winning lyricist.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like he won a Pulitzer Prize
He's a
for
writer.
lyricism. Like
Yeah.
it don't get too much top tier. And again, not a Kendrick stan, but I can't deny the facts, man.
Yeah. And Damn isn't even like an album that I like. I say I love. Like
Mhm.
he brought it
the
off
crazy
of that.
thing is that's one of the commercially acclaimed albums, just because of the song Loyalty and DNA.
Loyalty. Like these are songs.
He has songs. He
No,
has
no, no,
songs.
no,
He
no.
has songs.
I'm just saying that you know some of that on that soundtrack. Yeah.
Oh, I do know that.
Yeah.
That was the
And then even the Future song, la-di-da-di-da. I mean, that's Black
Oh.
Panther. Yeah,
I
like
didn't know
it's a
that.
few things on there. Yeah, it's like yeah.
But he's just not. He's just not. He's not commercial. So if you're not
Mhm.
commercial, so you got commercial, you got critically acclaimed. There's 2 ways to win, right? There's 2 ways to win. They're both winning. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a situation where
Only way Drake can come back, he's gonna have to do like a I Believe I Can Fly. He gonna have to do a God's Plan type thing. That's the only way he's coming back.
just give us a. Well, he could have. Well, I was about to say he could have gave us a nice little Valentine's Day drop.
We're gonna see
But-
what happens on February 14th when he dropped this Party Next Door
Nothing's
collab.
gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen with that. I can tell you that right now. I feel it in my spirit. Nothing's gonna happen with that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because like, I think it's gonna get lost in. I think it's just gonna get lost in everything else. Party Next Door is still gonna be Party Next Door. Drake is still gonna be whatever Drake like. Y'all love Drake. It's probably gonna do numbers because again, Drake, Party Next Door, right? They're 2 of the biggest artists right now. But I don't think we're gonna be like making sex tapes and playlists off. You know what I'm saying? Off this album, like you know what I'm saying. I don't think it's just gonna be that album per se. And to Chris's point, I think he needs a God's Plan. He needs a Fake Love. He needs a Hotline Bling type song. he needs to be anti what Nicki has done. Like,
Yeah.
don't go out there yelling at people, tweeting back at people. Put out an anthem that we can't deny,
Yeah, he needs to win the summer.
and
He needs
just
to
let
win
it
the
ride.
summer. He needs to win the summer. If he
And
wins
let
the
it ride.
summer,
You know
then
what?
He got it.
He needs to tap on Chris Brown. We need another new No Guidance. We need another one of them.
No guidance or sensational, because sensational was every freaking where.
You
Like,
know, I love
find you something. You know what I'm saying? Find and get into that song and ride. And
Don't
ride.
reference this battle no
Don't
more.
reference at all. Just
over.
do music.
It's over.
It's done.
It's
That's
like-
literally he could put out the best song that he possibly can put together, and it's not going to do anything like
Yeah.
not like us.
yeah,
It's not going
don't
to do it.
don't mention it. Don't mention it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 Grammys off one song.
Shout out Kendrick Lamar. Shout out Super Bowl. Shout out New Orleans. Shout out
Props
Philly.
to him, man. Shouts out to him.
Props to all the things.
Commercial? Did y'all watch the commercials? Would y'all?
Are we ready to go into a greater conversation?
I thought the commercials were mid.
Because I have something about that commercials.
Okay.
Come here, Snoop Dogg.
Oh, the hate thing.
Come here, Snoop. First of all, I hadn't talked about you and Nelly and all y'all and Rick Ross and Soulja Boy cooning out for the 47th president. I haven't talked about that.
Shouts out to Lil Wayne.
Kamala ain't called me. Obama ain't called me.
He didn't call you because he wanted relevant artists. That's what he called. He wanted people that could speak to the culture at the time. And Nelly, we hadn't been hiding here or put on our Air Force Ones in a while. So that's why nobody called you, right? You better be glad Ashanti called you back. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. Shout out Janelle Monáe, who was fierce and she put on the spirit of Shirley Chisholm, unbossed and unbothered. While that man was in the audience, her doing his song, she said, F Nelly. I used to like Nelly. But he's like, but for real though, like, what do you gain from this? You're already a washed up artist in today's generation. Like my children know nothing about you, right? Your carryover, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I haven't been out in a while. Like I'm in my uncle era, but when I was outside a little bit more, we weren't playing hot in here. We weren't playing Air Force Ones. We were playing country, and it doesn't say that those weren't great songs. If anything, we played the intro to Tip Drill, but that's because it's been sampled so much that it's not even the original song. So I'm trying to figure out if this was a payday, Nelly, then just say that.
Yeah.
Just say
And
that.
Snoop Dogg, your hands are in so many other things
Mm-hmm.
that this small little check should have meant nothing to you, especially coming from the man in 2000, what was that, 17-ish, when Trump won, was cussing people out, telling them they was anti-black and racist and this, and you went and shucked and jived for this same man. Then you get on a commercial with MAGA Tom Brady and talk about a hate commercial. I hate you. It's sad to be going to do this commercial. I'm so sick of us trying to justify how we respond to hate and how we should like pacify. Like,
Right.
I can respect the office of a president and still not honor the man who's sitting in it.
Exactly.
Those two things can still be true.
Mm-hmm.
So if you call me, great. I'm not coming.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. That's just like me and Brian joked about getting media pass. If I ever got a journalism pass for the dang on press office, I'm losing it day one because I'm asking a question that's going to get me kicked. I'm probably going to be borderline FBI target because the question I'm asking is getting me kicked out.
No
Get
fly
him-
list.
Get him out of here, right? So, like, I don't understand.
I was
So,
like, why do you lie so much?
why do you lie so much? Why your eyes don't ever match the rest of your tan? I'm asking all kinds of questions.
Do you read the Bible? What's your favorite Bible
Is
verse?
Elon Musk the real first lady of the White House? Like, I'm asking all the questions, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of commercials, I was just really upset. I'm not upset, but it was just irritating to see this kind of like, oh, here's this DEI commercial between Snoop Dogg and Tom Brady,
Yeah.
but you was the one shucking and jiving in this man's face, and then you're mad at the black community for reacting a certain way. Like, I don't get it. Like, what do any of us benefit by you being there? Here's the thing I want black men to do, but even though I know y'all ain't gonna be bold enough to do it, the same way we ain't heard from Chrisette Michelle since, get that same energy to them. Chrisette Michelle went out there and did whatever she did. I want that same, and I'm not saying that it's right, because Chrisette Michelle has been some years, whatever. But that woman's career has been gravely impacted by that decision. And she was still very much so recording and doing stuff. These men are pretty much not doing anything musically new. But like, let's do that same energy to all of these who made a choice
Mm-hmm.
to
And
be there.
but you got to think about Chrisette Michelle, right? That was his first go round. She ain't even know what he was gonna do, right? If we give a benefit of the doubt,
We giving a little grace. Yep.
she ain't know what he was going to do. She could have been like, you know what, guys, let's give him a shot. Let's give him a chance. This go around, you know what you got. Like, you know what the deal is.
You
Like,
know
it ain't
it.
even, it ain't even on some like, fool me once, shame on you. Now it's
You fool me again.
good one.
Shouts
But
out
like,
to George Bush.
Yeah, but I would agree with that. And to me, it's. But Snoop has been. I don't know. Maybe Snoop has gotten cloned. He been hanging out with a lot of white people recently.
Who cloned Tyrone?
I don't know because his judgment has kind of been off.
You think
Like-
the weed finally getting to him?
I don't know.
all the weed.
It feels like he's not for, and his word is used so cliche now. He's not for the culture. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of forgotten, like who he is, where he came from.
I think when you reach a certain status in life, you kind of get detached from reality.
I can politely because at that point, like you're not dealing with black stuff. You're dealing with like rich people stuff.
Dealing with
'Cause-
rich people's stuff.
Because racism is essentially classism, right? But then once you get to a certain level of wealth, you're not really dealing with as much racism because at this point your money is your money. But then also you're Snoop Dogg black. You know what I'm saying? So Snoop Dogg black is not like Snoop Dogg at this point he's the black friend in most.
Oh yeah,
essentially.
he's totally.
He's the black friend. You know what I'm saying? He's the black friend. We be honest, he's the black friend. Like Snoop Dogg can walk in anybody's house, even in the redneck house. Oh, that's Snoop Dogg. Like I know him. You know what I'm saying? Like
He ain't gonna
he's
shake no
that famous.
tables.
Nigga, he's OJ. You know what I'm saying? He's OJ. He's OJ. Like, Jay-Z was like, I'm OJ. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
black, I'm OJ. Snoop is not black, he's Snoop. So it's
Legit.
kind of
That's
like,
fair.
yeah, so he's not, he's it's going to sound bad, but he's like above race at this point. And when you get above race, then you kind of get to that point where you're like, well, maybe the white people are right. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you're not in that bubble anymore. But then it's funny because you have this person who you got mad at, you said some stuff and I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
It's the
it
same
hurt-
man that called Gail King funky dog head.
Mm-hmm. Cussing out and all that kind of foolishness.
And so to me, it's hurtful because it's like, nigga, Snoop Dogg, you from the house. Like, you from home. Like, come on,
From
bro.
the crib.
Come on. And I gave you grace when you cussed out Gail because you was sticking up for Kobe. I get it. But like your track record recently has been on some like you don't care about us situations. And the thing is that you selling out like that to me that bothers me. And this is not a great conversation, but it's worse when people that have money sell out because it's like nigga, you already have money. I can see if there's a
What are
person
you
on
selling to? That's the thing.
Right.
That's the thing.
the people that don't have anything, I can see, you know what? Get your money, bro, because you don't have nothing. But people that already have, like, why are you? I can't trust somebody that's gonna sell out that already has.
I just don't understand the decision because at the end of the day, it's like, all right, they called me. They say, hey, we got this gig for you, Trump. I'm going to put myself in the shoes of Nelly. And I'm like, you know what? The worst thing that could happen is that the people that have supported me my entire career, they ain't going to mess with me no more. That far outweighs what the best thing could happen.
Exactly,
The best thing
'cause
that can happen is just you getting paid.
right, unless you get $1
And it
billion
ain't a big,
dollars.
but it's not gonna be that.
It ain't
It's
gonna be that.
Exactly.
It's
So
gonna
to
be
me,
a 5-figure, 6-figure check max.
Pennies on the
Yeah.
dollar.
right. If you
You
get
could have went on a mini tour and got that.
like
one night.
because Nelly with the nostalgia. I mean, not to compare him to the Omarions and them, but if he would have went on a tour with some similar artists, he could get back quick.
easy,
It
bro,
could be Nelly and
easy.
Ashanti.
I was just about to say he could do a ghetto version of what Beyonce and Jay-Z did.
Right, you could do
Hello.
You could do a 2000s.
'Cause they got enough hits together to where they could do
Sure.
a show like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You can throw
Just
Ja
need
Rule in there
somebody
too. Throw Ja Rule in there. Ja Rule can headline. Nelly, Ashanti. That's a tour.
Or it could be a co-headline. All three of them, the 2000s rap tour,
And
whatever.
people will go see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go see that.
Good time. They have hits on hits on hits. So it's like that would have been if the tickets were decent. I would have went to that. We ain't nothing else to do. Like you know what I'm saying? Everybody had nothing else to do. And the tickets fine.
They got
That's what I'm saying, Chris. Like
No,
They gotta
it
be
got
like-
it got to be like that flyer I sent y'all with Foxy and Lil Kim in the 90s. It got to be $20. And it said more at the door. See, you never tell you how much. It just say more at the
Listen,
door.
I'll go over to
25
Mapleton Amphitheater and see them.
yeah, but $25. Yeah, why
I
not?
will for $25. But Brian, you know they would have
I had nothing to do, and the tickets were reasonably priced. I can sit through an hour concert with them.
I could sit through it, but I don't know me paying more than $40 max for that.
And that's
That's
for
all
two
you're
things.
getting out of me.
But you
That's for two things.
I'd rather sit on my couch and nap all day before I pay $100 to go see that. I'm not doing that. Crazy. Oh baby, Shanti live. Shanti live. Other than looking at her, what am I doing? Put her stand in one
sing?
spot and do this.
Can you sing
Can
with
you
the
ride
tape
with
off?
me? Oh baby. I do not want to hear ooh baby for 2 hours. Get out of here.
that
Speaking
might-
of,
That might
never mind.
that mic
I ain't
ain't gonna be on.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh it's gonna be
Nah.
that. It's gonna be that track. All the stems,
listen, the
stems.
stems. She gonna hit the notes here and there just so her mic's on. Any other commercials y'all had any you liked, or I feel like this is a bad year of commercials.
Yeah, I didn't
Only
really
commercial I saw
watch.
was
Yeah, pay attention.
man, I didn't either. That was my time to
He
put
said-
my head
he said a
down,
commercial.
get on the phone.
Yeah, I was in my phone. I was refilling my cup, my plate, all that kind of stuff.
Nike had a good commercial for women's basketball or
That
women
was good.
athletes.
That was good. So to that point, I was like, man, like women's athletics is taking over the world.
Women's
because
sports is a thing, man.
I don't
And-
know. I could. Other than the soccer player, I didn't know who the soccer player was. I knew who everyone else was though. I was like, oh, that's Jordan. That's Jordan.
I
That's
watched
Asia.
more women's basketball than I have the NBA this year.
Yeah, and I was like, I knew all these women, but like 10 years ago, I knew women's soccer, like, because women's soccer was crazy, but like, I know a lot of the different athletes to where they're like more popular, they're more famous than a lot of these male athletes. So, shout out to the women who are doing some great things. It's great to see. It was a great commercial too. I like Jordan
Shout
Childs. I think her energy and like her vibe
She's from Cali, right?
is shit. I don't
I
know.
think
if
she's
true.
a Cali kid.
But she has like dope energy, man. Like she's a black girl. She's a black girl.
Well, before we conclude for the night, any other overall thoughts? I will have this one question. What do you think is next for Eagles Chiefs? We kind of talked about what's next for Kendrick and the tour, but any other closing thoughts sports wise for Eagles Chiefs? Do you think the Eagles will make it back to this level again? Like what are y'all suspecting?
I think the Eagles are good. My question are the Eagles going to go to the White House? Yeah, I knew the Chiefs was going to go. The Chiefs was going to go to the White House.
We could tell that by the difference between when the reporter asked Mahomes and Hurt the question.
Yeah.
What was that with him? And he was like, "He's the president. He can do whatever he want to do." To add any pressure, he was like, "No." And Mahomes was like, "Oh yeah, it's so great to have the president there. I'm going to do my
honor.
best. I'm going to be doing my best house nigga moves, and I'm going to
Good
like,
job.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah." We saw that.
I feel like the Eagles, if they keep this team together,
You think they can make another run for
they
it?
can make another run.
Okay.
If they, the defense is good. Like Saquon Barkley is still good. Jalen Hurts is still good. Wide receivers, if the defense still stays the defense, then I think they can do it.
Man, Saquon's on 26. But what made me laugh, I was thinking about Blue Cantrell and Pat Mahomes. While he was scheming and that beaming, just beaming.
No, that was a good stand-up bit, yo.
Oh, that was really good because
Blue
of the
Cantrell.
Anyway,
Hey Drake. I really like Lamar. Did you see Kevin on stage? We did that little
I
clip.
did see Kevin on
That-
stage.
That was funny. That was funny.
So
I think
that
looked at the
didn't
camera and
like
said,
that.
"Say Drake, I know you like him young."
fuck. For next steps, I definitely see the Chiefs retooling. They'll be back. Eagles, they'll be back. They'll be contenders again.
Yeah.
The thing is, you got other teams, man, that are stepping up. Shouts out to the Commanders. NFC, I'm not too worried about. It's that AFC, man. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen.
Three-headed monster.
Shouts out to Lamar Jackson. Sorry you didn't win MVP. It's
You're
all
all
good,
right.
though. I'm
Yeah,
glad
that
you didn't win, actually, in a good way.
Yeah, that three-headed monster on the AFC is tough. Joe Burrow's might be over it. His team is whack, but
Yeah.
But the NFC, I don't see. Other than the Commanders, who had a great year, but the Commanders did they overachieve or did they underachieve this year?
They probably overachieved.
And then you have the Lions, who are did the Lions
I do
overachieve?
mess with the Lions. I mess with the Lions. They got me on their team back. On it.
Yeah. So at this point in the NFC, you got the Lions, you got the Commanders, you got the Eagles. I'm trying to think of anybody else that's worth mentioning. Then that's it. So you really have three teams on both sides that have a shot next year, unless you get like a dark horse that comes in and does something. Like the end of AFC is set. You know who's going to be in the AFC Championship. Only three teams are going to be in the AFC Championship. NFC, it's really up for the Eagles to lose.
Put your name in the hat and pick.
Oh, it's the Cowboys' year. Every year is the Cowboys'
Every
year.
year.
Every year is the Cowboys' year.
Sorry to that man. Sorry to you, JB.
Yeah, shut up.
He hoping against hope. Not
Also,
until Jerry Jones dies.
shout out to the Mavs who got a lemon. And
That man is out for the next like 5 weeks or something.
Crazy thing is they had to board another trade because they were about to get a lemon.
right. That's funny. That is funny to me. That's funny.
And he did
See you
all that
tomorrow,
talking
Luka.
in this game, talking about like I'm here. Then Anthony Davis do all that.
I'm
I'm
out.
here, and now he's out.
In this, was that
Now
the
he's
same game,
excellent.
wasn't it? Wasn't that the same
Same
game?
game.
He said,
My
I'm
God.
here. And then no one touched him. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. And as Laker fans, that's what every game would be like. He'd wince every single game. Like something would happen. He'd wince every game. He would fall, hurt.
He was
Shoot a
not
free throw.
supposed to play this game.
Hurt.
He was
Like,
not
bro,
supposed
like-
to.
I'm glad he's gone.
And the guy said, "I'm glad."
Good riddance.
I mean, good riddance. Hope you have the time of your life.
Well, all right. Well, if there's nothing else, Christopher Moore, we would like to thank you for joining us in this special edition. Tell the people
Thank you.
how they can connect with you, tap in with you, and check out all things new with Chris Moore and More Insight.
Thank you again for having me. I appreciate this chance, this opportunity to be with
You're
you
welcome.
guys.
Oh,
That
Brian.
was a good one.
Like, you don't produce the show and everything. Oh, we don't talk every day.
It was just the sarcasm of it all. I appreciate it. But I am the host of More Insight. Insight you can trust because it's more where it came from. I'm in partnership with
A
Millions.
tagline. I mean,
Always the more, never the lesser.
professional.
I am in partnership with Millions.co to produce interviews with various sports athletes throughout the universe, throughout the world.
Universe, aliens, and all. I love Space
Here
Corps.
I am. I'm
Space,
here.
yeah.
That's
My
Carter's
man's,
favorite
my man's gonna be going through golf holes soon. Interviewing the monsters. Hit him high, hit him high. Hit him low, hit him low.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jordan. I believe I can fly.
You blacks take nothing serious.
I
Nothing
didn't
serious.
walk out that spacecraft in that baseball uniform.
I still ain't seen the LeBron version. Anyway,
It's bad.
You
It is
ain't missing
bad.
nothing.
It
You
is
ain't
bad.
missing nothing.
Algae
You ain't missing
rhythm.
nothing.
I
I'll
am
Woo!
at Real
Yeah.
Chris Moore on all the platforms that you can think of. That's where you can find me. You're gonna see me more often. Cardi loved that song.
And that was a soundtrack. I had this on VHS.
Shouts out to Angela Mine.
I had it on VHS.
I'm Real Chris Moore. I appreciate y'all again. My
Yeah, for
good
sure,
brothers
brother.
of the Jigsaw podcast.
Yes, sir.
I have the Space Jam soundtrack on vinyl.
So with that being said, understood and accepted, this has been another edition of the Jigsaw Podcast Special Edition. Thank you so much for
Reel 'em
listening
in.
to us. Thank you. We'll pull you back in, Brian. But I had a talk with your mom today at church.
Oh Lord,
And she gave me the tea about Christmas.
what did she say?
So she gave because Brian don't want to be honest on this podcast. Let
What
me- let
did
me-
she say?
When
What'd
the
she
God said, in her house, y'all ain't never celebrate no Christmas. She said, basically, you was doomed from the beginning. You was the Grinch from birth. She said at 2 years old, she remembers y'all going somewhere and Santa was there. And she said, Santa tried to give you a candy cane. You looked at him and said, I don't want that. So
Sounds
this
about
man,
right.
this man has hated Christmas since the war.
It had to be the beard.
And she said, when Brian got married, she looked at him and said, oh, you got a Christmas tree? All right. She said, but I'm going to let them do that. So man of God, man of God was born the Grinch. So we finally got the story out. We got the story. Man of God, I never liked Christmas.
Okay,
And it's just family DNA. It's family DNA.
well, praise the Lord.
Shout out Miss Cynthia Valentine for giving me the tea. Unwarranted tea, too.
Oh, yeah.
I love that kind of tea. When it just comes and sit on my lap.
But here's the funny thing: my mom will send me our clips and be like, "This is funny." I'm like, "Mom, I've recorded it." Like,
My daddy don't send me the clip, but he will recap the whole episode with me.
my mom's like, "Y'all so stupid. Y'all so stupid. Look at it." She'll send
I
me
was
the clip.
there.
I'm like, "Mom, we was talking
I
about
was
it."
sitting in the seat. Now, this has been another episode of Jigsaw Podcast. We want to thank y'all so much for jumping in with us. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. And thank y'all. We'll see y'all next week as we continue to do some more things with the show. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. I don't look for nothing else later this week. Brian?
We say every week, Puzzle Pieces. We thank you for tuning in. Get them YouTube subscribers up. We need that. I don't know if we had our goal yet, but we are great without you. We're better with you. So continue to like, support, subscribe. 5 stars and nothing at all. Give us comments. Let us know. Shout out to Chris for everything you do behind the scenes. Engage
you.
with everything
You're
we have. Engage with everything that we have out there. Like, share, subscribe, all that kind of great stuff. Follow us at the Jigsaw Podcast. Follow Josh. I am Josh Rogers. Follow me. I am Brian here. Of course, as Chris is here at Real Chris Moore on social media, on all the platforms. I think we're on all the platforms. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about the show, DM us. Let us know if you have any ideas about the show.
Don't DM me. I ain't gonna ask. But you can DM at the Jakes.
You gonna leave you writing that request.
Hidden messages will be hidden forever. Hide and seek and professional gameplay.
Listen.
But go subscribe to my class on Human Top. It's doing numbers. It's doing great.
Yeah.
Lecture 2's coming up this week.
It got shadow banned, but I think I reposted. Every time I see your thing, I repost it so I can keep it in the.
It's actually been
algorithm.
doing some decent numbers as a result, but I've been seeing some other folks talk about the shadow ban and yeah.
I haven't been
Elon-
seeing it. Like,
Elon, yeah, because it was crazy. Elon and them don't want us to out here grind doing our thing. But to all my fellow Human Talk professors, keep putting out your mixtape. Keep putting out your mixtape.
we love y'all.
I'm gonna tell you that as inspiration for myself. I'm gonna keep putting out my mixtape.
Keep doing it.
Doing it, Chris. Chris has great content. Y'all both have
We'll
great.
sign a major deal one day. I'm
Yeah,
going to
no.
the Super Bowl in the work capacity.
Me too.
Could have been done this year, but the woman hit me up too late.
My God. Nevertheless, all you can do is what you can while you can, as well as you can. And may a Kendrick Lamar beef never find your life.
Never.
Never.
Love y'all so
I don't
much.
want that smoke.
Love y'all so much. See y'all next week.
Peace out.